You don't say.
One eternity later.
Hello friends. It's actually only a week later, but it is a week later nonetheless, and I don't really have any major excuses. I kind of prioritized more physical life things, like just going out, being outside. It's been extremely hot up here in Pennsylvania, to the point where like I'm just melting here. And I haven't really done much writing. In my head, I was like, oh, I'll like work a little bit after work, or I'll like go to the pool and I'll like do some work at the pool. But like every time I did anything, I just had no motivation. It's just been so hot and it's been hard to function. But I decided, okay, I got through a chapter and a half of my vampire reread, which is not great when you have like 33 chapters, but it's something. And I decided that I'm gonna at least try to do one chapter every day moving forward. There might be some time where I could do two. I'm gonna chalk it up that if I don't do anything but read through this book in July, that's what it will be. If I have to push my timeline a little bit, you know, I'm not gonna query in December. So if I end up pushing this book, I'm gonna end up querying next year at this point. But I could query in November because I don't have to be like solely focused on like NaNoWriMo. Like I really haven't been doing Nano as much anymore now that I've been like consistently writing, but like I don't have to have Nano project to do. And you know, if I do, then that's great. But if I'm querying instead, then that could be like my Nano girl. So long story short, I have a couple things I need to really get done this month though, which is why like, all right, we're cutting our shit and we're gonna get through this vlogging. So yeah, tonight I'm gonna try to work a little bit on my Project Vampire. And I also am doing an alpha read, critique partner read right now for somebody. And I have to get through that by the end of the month as well because that's on deadline. So I have both projects I need to juggle, plus like all the other stuff I want to do. Like I'm reading and I am trying to be active and maintaining my summer bucket list. So we don't have a lot of time in the day. So yeah, today was supposed to be in-person writing club for me. Nobody signed up or confirmed, so I made the executive decision with the Pixie owner and my friend to do it online. So we're gonna have a virtual write-in, and even if nobody else shows up but me and her, like at least we'll get some work done. In the meantime though, I do need to go like kind of get home because I just got home and I have a couple things I have to do. I have to take the dogs out, I have to make dinner, and we're watching My Lady Jane right now, which I love. It's everything I've wanted to be, which means I'm probably gonna at least watch one episode of that tonight, but otherwise it's hopefully just gonna be an easy night, probably in the air conditioning. This room, my office, does not have an air conditioner. It's hard because we don't have central air, so like having multiple air conditioners on in my house at the same time risks possibly like short-circuiting something and just obviously racks up the bill. So honestly, I may just sit in my living room with all my work and do that. And if I film anything, I'll film stuff, but I would like to be a little bit more active. I do want to have some shots, and I've actually been watching Kelly Ty's video, and I love her vlogs and I love her vibe, but she's been doing a lot of voiceovers, and worst case scenario, I may steal that idea from her and do some voiceovers as well if I like have shots but I don't update anything. So we will get this vlog going, and this I'm hoping will be like a 2-week vlog, considering that I technically started last week and then didn't update anybody. So yeah, we haven't gotten farther than a chapter and a half, but that will change tonight. So I gotta go be productive as an adult, and we will come back to the writing in a bit. So stay tuned. Hi friends, it's July 10th. This is probably not a flattering angle of me, but it's so hot again and I'm actually not feeling well tonight. I have my fan in the background and I can't take it off, so you're another deal, but I just wanted to update that I am on chapter 5 now, which isn't a lot, but I am trying to do like a chapter a day right now, hopefully getting more chapters on days that I have more time. Tonight would have been perfect to do work, but I feel so shitty. I have a really, really bad headache. I'm hot, like my skin feels like it's on fire, and I'm just having some physical ailments this week. So I think I'm just going to actually go wash up a little bit, cool down, and then go read in my air conditioning because I can't focus anymore. But so far, in my first 4 chapters, I am really proud of those chapters, which some of it I had already written. As you know, if you were following my journey, I started this as a NaNoWriMo project and then like abandoned it after like chapter 4. So I went back and I added those before I really got into the rest of the story this year, and those chapters are really solid. I really like the dynamic I set up between Casey and her mom, and I think it's gonna be good when I like edit and like come back to her being alone later and kind of reflecting on the good moments. I really want to show that, like, you know, just because parents can do bad things doesn't mean that they're always bad. You know, even if they are often bad or like doing bad, like I said, bad things. So I really want to focus on that as well. But so far, I don't have too much changes. I know they're coming though, because once I start getting into meeting the vampire again, that's where it's gonna have to change. But yeah, for that, I'm gonna go to bed and we'll go relax. So yeah, that's me. I will come back when I have a little bit more to say, and hopefully, you know, we'll function a little bit more tomorrow. Hello, friends. So this day, I actually didn't get much work done, surprisingly. But what I decided to do was make a tracker so that I could keep my brain functioning and knowing where I'm at with both my project and the critique project I'm doing. So even though Saturday was a great day to write, I again didn't feel well and really struggled, and my mental health tanked, which I will talk to you more in the next segment. Hi guys, I'm here for an update. It is Sunday, the 14th, and to be honest, this week has been rough. I've already mentioned this, I think, in this vlog, but just to be like pretty blunt with it, my time of the month happened, and because I think of that and the heat, I really have been sick all week. That's not normal for me, so it really threw me off, where like I was literally like, I'd have enough energy during the day when I was at work and I was in air conditioning, and then I would get home and my energy would just like deplete. I've had a headache pretty much every single day this week, bordering on a migraine, where like I think I went to bed at like 7 o'clock on Tuesday night. So everything really just shifted for me, and it really hindered my productivity. I didn't even have energy to like clean up or do things around the house, which is very unlike me. So I've been like very stuck in my head. I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better, but it really did take a turn for, I don't know, the worst, but like, you know, it took an unwanted turn, unfortunately. And then I was getting into a really bad mental rut yesterday. And honestly, I feel like everybody has these moments, but I'm so happy for writers out there who get to start living their dream. You know, like, I'm always gonna champion people, because like if that's what they want to do and their dreams are coming true, like that's incredible, and I get so happy for them. But sometimes too, especially when I'm in a bad headspace, it starts to think, you know, the imposter syndrome and not being good enough, and am I actually ever gonna make it anywhere? Like, is my work ever actually going to get somewhere? And I could say like, sure, I can go ahead and self-publish, because then it could go somewhere, but that's really not the route I want to go. So it just kind of really was playing on my mind quite a lot this week. I think too, because like my intention was to be about halfway done with my read through of Vampire, because I wanted to be done by July 31st. And I only read 4 chapters so far, which really sucks. I also think, like, not that there's anything wrong with this, I did agree to do a critique partner exchange. So I am critiquing someone's work right now as like an alpha reader critique partner. But because I'm doing them at the same time, I am ending up prioritizing the critique partner work, because that's actually on a deadline, whereas mine is just a self deadline, but I'm having a really hard time balancing. So I think with all of that, it just put me in a really bad headspace Then yesterday, when I finally was like, oh, I have a whole day, I can get so much done, I ended up getting a really bad headache again. I really had a hard time functioning. I then ended up trying to take a nap. Like, we went out of the house for a little bit to go get some groceries. Like, nothing was bad per se, but my headspace was awful. And I just kept thinking to myself that I am not worth it, which is never a helpful thing. So today I decided that I'm going to try to push through and get myself out of this funk before it actually really does affect me more mentally. You know, I could teeter easily into an anxiety attack or a depression episode, and I'm like, I don't really want that right now. It's summertime. I want to enjoy my life. So I decided that I was going to spend a little bit of time actually cleaning up today. And first making my house feel like it's orderly again. It's not perfect, but I did vacuum everything, and I put all the dishes away, and I did all the laundry. So at least in that regard, like, I feel like things are in its place, and I feel less pressure to like have to like spend time cleaning up and like doing all these things around my house. I then also decided I wanted to play some Pokemon Go. It's been a while, and one of my clients at work actually was just like, oh my god, there's like Pokemon, there's something happening this weekend. I still don't actually know if it was like if it was community day or something like that, but I haven't played in like months. And even when I have played, it's usually like I'll do a quick check-in, I'll play for like 10 minutes, and then I like quit for another month or two. So I haven't played in a while, and I have a lot of like missions to complete. So I spent a good like 2 hours today like playing. Like, I would go walk around. I went to the store, I picked up myself a energy drink. I'm doing the Alani Breezeberry. I really wanted a Red Bull, and they had every Red Bull flavor except for yellow, and that hurt my heart. So I decided to get this instead. It's 0 calories, or I'm sorry, it's 15 calories and 0 sugar. So at least it might be a better choice. I made myself some popcorn, which I'm almost done. Grabbed myself some water, and I just decided that I'm gonna go forth and do the work. So I am starting off with my critique partner work, because I am on deadline for that, because my critique partner is on deadline. They just announced the book deal, so I am really excited and very honored to be part of this process for her. And it's a really cute middle grade, and I'm really excited to see how it shapes up. But because she's on deadline, I am going to prioritize that. But then I'm going to go forth and really just bang out some chapters in Vampire. It's about 140 right now, and I want to do at least 2. So I'm on chapter 8 of my critique partner read. I want to get through chapter 9, and then I want to focus on Vampire. Because I'm on chapter 4, I only have 28 chapters completely, so I can still make this deadline work for both projects. I want both to be done by July 31st. However, my critique partner actually, like, her deadline is August 15th. So in theory, I don't have to push myself through July 31st. I have a little bit of wiggle room. But anyway, I don't want to ramble anymore. I am feeling a little bit better mentally, and I don't want to sit in drive myself crazy anymore. So that's where we're at. I may end up ending this vlog tonight. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, overall, if you are also feeling this way, as my friend told me, you know, it's pretty natural to have these feelings, and they're gonna wax and wane depending on what's going on in your life, depending on how you're feeling physically. You know, as a therapist, that's very valid. It happens a lot. If your body's not feeling well, your brain's not gonna go well. And that was a perfect example for me because of how bad my body felt this week. My mental health was just tanked, and it's not necessarily going to be forever, and your writing is worth it at the end of the day. If you're at least enjoying what you're doing, then it's worth it to you. And you know, it takes a little bit of more work to get to your goals and your dreams. So yeah, I have no control over that at the end of the day, and I can't control my writing. So cheers, we're gonna get to writing.